have mixed feelings because there's someone in my family who is very sick in the hospital, but at the same time, I am seeing so many growth in Gravity that I also see this like as my island of sanity, being with you and doing all this. So yeah, thank you. Does anyone want to check in? Let's make a quick check-in. Jeremy, how is lunch?
The dinner, the soup is nice. I mean, it could be a little spicier, but gotta keep the kids in mind. Yeah. Yeah. I'm super stoked for like this coming week. Like, I'm super excited to see a whole bunch of people in like real life. Come hang out. Anybody else?
Are you
Bianca?
all going to Amsterdam?
Well, that's where I live, so.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
So if the world's gonna come visit me, then I'm gonna hang out for real.
Jealous.
Hello, Morgan. Aloysius.
Hey, buenos días.
Hola. Okay. So, if you don't feel like checking in, it doesn't matter. If you feel like checking in, everything's perfect. If not, I can share my screen and I will share some things we're working on. This is a guide that we're working on with Acid Laser, like a step-by-step guide for mediation in DAOs. It's very, very, very in the first sketch phase, but our idea is to give this to everyone who participates in the Graviton training, for them to have like how to actually mediate in a conflict even if you don't have any experience at all. So like requirements, an introduction, like confidentiality, that everyone has to participate in a voluntary process, that there should be impartiality and neutrality, and that we assume professional responsibility. So then I passed this graphic to Acid Laser, but he's like changing it because the Graviton path will be like you first get the training, then you gain experience in our educational activities or in the working group, and then you become an active Graviton, and you can mediate and manage conflict in your community. So like NVC, what's the importance of NVC and how it works? Why a transformational conflict platform is important, why creating a safe space and having empathy is key, and how do we help people to get to their optimal arousal zone to be able to talk about and to resolve the conflict. That it's important to keep a registry. And then this is like the most like practical part. Like, okay, this is what we do. We first identify a conflict, we screen the dispute, we conduct the process searching for solutions, and then we make a post-mediation and party responsibilities. And how the mediation process works, like if the parties agree to mediate, we can continue with the process, but if the parties don't agree to mediate, we cannot mediate. And that if there is an agreement, we can keep the registry and scale to arbitration or a court procedure if the parties wants to. Like the Gravity could be like a previous step for this. And if they reach an agreement, then we help them draft that agreement, and that we follow up. So also, this is a framework that I use it's the 4 Ps, and it's people, problem, process, and possible solutions. So who are the actors? What's the context? What were the triggering events? And what are the possible solutions? So we give this framework to people, and this is something that I worked in Spanish. I still need to traduce it, but it has like the information that you need for each one of the piece. So you need, like, for people, actors, the principal and secondary actors, the relationship of power between them, the feeling and the perception of each of one of them. For the problem, what is the things that made like fertile soil for the conflict to develop, which were the principal arguments, what are the faced interest, what is the reach of the conflict, in which moment was it detected, the process, it's like the chronology of the conflict, how has the conflict been managed, which were the triggering events, which are some signals for next scaling, and comparing with similar conflicts and references, and then for looking for solutions. So we will traduce this, and we will leave this space with that have like the authors blank, so that people can just like, okay, we have a conflict, so let's map here, like let's write the actors, and by doing this you can map the process, the situation, and try to build a BADNA that is the best alternative to a negotiated agreement, where we try to find the zone of the possible agreement and where can the parties meet, linking to the observation and the mediation forums, and saying that Google Docs are okay, but we are soon moving to unbreakable vows, and writing a little bit about post-mediation and follow-up. This is something that I want to have ready for the Graviton training, but is still very raw, as the third Graviton training study plan. So this is also other thing that I wanted to bring to the table today and ask for the group, and is that if you feel that it's good to start the 26th of April, or if you think that we still, and that's my feeling, that we still need at least 1 week more to have everything ready, and to start the 3rd of May. So yeah, I would like to have this vote, like starting 26th of April or 3rd of May. Because yeah, we also have to have this study plan at least 15 days before the starting date, and if we start the 26th, it means that we should be posting this today or tomorrow, and I feel, yeah, it would be better if we start the 3rd of May to post this, to have like 1 week more to add all this content, all the content to this study plan, and making all these things that we're still having to do, like the POAPs, and also marketing within Twitter and the different communities. So yeah, what do you think about this?
Question: How many people do we have sort of registered or signed up or having expressed interest?
We have this pre-registration spreadsheet, but it's not public yet, because the idea is to open the registration once with the study plan, and 15 days before the training. So right now, Joel or Iris, I don't know how they got access to this document, but they expressed interest. But this is still not being shared. Yeah, this is still not being shared. It will be shared with the publication of this study plan.
So what other steps that we need to like get done in a week?
Okay, here we have a to-do list. We have to design the POAPs. As Acid Laser is going to be helping with this guide. With this guide that we are making. I feel that he has like a lot of work, so we will be also requesting support from Efra on the marketing side, and also Anna. So they three are able to delegate and to coordinate like who does what. I feel that Efra can do the marketing, Anna can make like a sketch of the POAPs, and Acid Laser can help on the design of this thing. Yeah, but the POAPs are not urgent because they are needed for the start of the sessions. So this is not needed so much before start of the sessions.
Okay. And do they know they are doing that, or we need to contact them still?
Yeah, they know.
Okay.
Acid Laser, Efra, and Anna, they three know, and they are already in contact. What
Okay.
I feel that we really need is to add content to each of the sessions. So, like, which will be the reading material that people need to do before the session to have some ideas or to get into the session, like without without no idea or no clue of what we will be talking, but to be able to have like an in-depth conversation with them on the topics. So it would be like we just confirmed Lowy, but we would need to like reach out to her and to know which will be the topics that she wants to talk about. Yeah, maybe doing all this. Also, I think that from the first and the second Graviton training, we can take some things that can be reused. So sorry. Yeah, this is what I feel that needs the most, because it's not only saying like who will be doing that the session, but to facilitating the people the information they need to know before the session.
Okay, so like gather the information from the last two trainings and put there to
It
like
doesn't have to be the same, and also maybe asking the people what they want to talk about. Maybe yeah, maybe even Durgadas would say something like, "Hey, today I have this new link." Even yeah, like we have these ones that are really good.
Mhm.
We can just to have like a first proposition, and then we can like ask him how he feels, and wisdom. I know he had other from decolonization. Okay, let's have this. I don't know if you want to make this into a hacking session where we all like put information in the document, or if you have other ideas to add to the agenda, or how to make this a better call.
I know I'm interested in looking for some updated resources to add to supplement some of these.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's add resources to this document, and then we can move. Also, Morgan, now that you're here, you can add also information of your session here. I will share this link with you. So you can also change and have agency in your session. Maybe I wrote this, but you feel that the topics you want to cover are different, so feel free to change everything. I will paste this link again in the Gravity text channel.
Juan?
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, I don't think we're ready to kind of make an announcement today or tomorrow. I think it's probably going to have to be next week, isn't it?
Yeah, that's also my feeling. But if we all agree, that would be perfect. But that's also my feeling. I also feel that for this week we are not ready.
One guy also had a.
Sorry.
Yeah, I had a curiosity kind of in that same line. Did you feel like you got through the, like, I guess, list of things we still need to prep to feel prepared? My sense might be, is there even a window to maybe add another week? Like, do we need 2, or do you feel like 1 is enough for all the things we need to get done?
I feel like 2 weeks would be like a breeze, but we move always like in a frantic mode, and I feel we are also not so far away. So I think that from this Wednesday to next Wednesday we can have at least this study plan more polished. And also the thing is that I was like imagining to invite a lot of people going to the conference in Amsterdam.
Can anybody hear Juan?
No, he cut out.
Hopefully he'll fall back in.
He's back.
Can you hear us, Juan?
Juan.
We can't hear you.
Am I back?
Yes.
Sorry. Internet in Colombia. 5 minutes every call, it jumps. So yeah, I was just saying that I feel that 1 week would be, but just to take the momentum of the Amsterdam event. But yeah, we have the agency to say like 1 week or 2 weeks if we think it's better. So there's also this third option that is now added, that is to start the 10th of May. So what do you feel? This is an open discussion.
My question that I still had one, did you get through everything that is still pending so that we can all like hear it and be on the same page as you? Do you feel complete there?
So it's what I said was the POAPs, the guide for Gravitons that also Acid Laser is working for it, and discussion promotions that is marketing and Efrai is helping. So what I also feel right now is that we have people like assuming responsibilities for doing some stuff, and before we were not so much clear on or there was like a lot of work but only for one people, but right now we have a lot of work but we are dividing it between the people.
I mean, Morgan, I don't know about you, but we could say, let's aim for next week and then see where we are. And then if we have to have another week, then we have another week.
Okay, let's do next week. We do the same thing that we are doing today. We make a check-in and we say, okay, we feel comfortable for launching this. If not, we will take 1 week more. That's
Sounds good.
When is the Amsterdam conference happening?
From the 18th to the 24th.
So it's really next week.
Yeah, I am flying this Friday, and I am like, ah! But everything's coming along.
All right. So then, I guess everybody that's gonna go, it's gonna be very busy.
Yeah,
Juan,
but
can I ask you? Sorry, you go.
No.
Okay. Can I ask just a side question? I still don't quite understand POAPs. I went onto the POAP server, and the question I asked was so radical. They were trying to decide whether to throw me out again. So, who's a good person to speak to about that?
Okay. Here in the TEC, we have people who have experience with POAPs, like Bye, I think also Aloysius, I think Metaverde. Also, yeah, I think Bianca has some experience with POAPs. And the other people that I know that work directly on POAPs, they are from Argentina. They have a group, a Telegram group, where they are very active, and I know like Fernando, I think Federico is one of the most visible people from the Argentinian community.
That's great, Juan. Thank you.
Do you all for those, do you all like collect addresses, or do you do links and let people like collect emails and send links to them?
There's a hack for this, and even that this is the third Graviton training and you only can see this slide. This is the same slide where we have from the first Graviton training and the second Graviton training. And we also have the POAPs of the sessions, and by clicking on the POAPs, we can know which one was the address that claimed the POAPs. I think this is very important because if we are planning to launch a token, if we're going to launch a token, this would be really cool to have an idea of how to make like a distribution. And here we have like Durgadas claimed this POAP, Livia, Tam, Bye. So yeah, Aloysius, Chewy, we have the people who claim the POAP here.
Can I make a suggestion about it? So can we collect the address and not being distributed in DM? I think that's gonna be easier, and then it's gonna avoid people to collect POAPs that are not theirs.
Well, that's a great idea, but I know that there's a lot of people that wouldn't feel comfortable putting their addresses in a public spreadsheet. So maybe we would need to have like a private type form or some private way of collecting this information, but without making it so accessible to everyone, because that's the only thing that I even had it here, but I don't know if people would feel comfortable putting their address here.
I got a thing. if we do the password thing where we get the secret password from them and we share it on the call, whatever you were just looking at has a download CSV in the corner. I think I just saw you could download the register afterwards, so you have a document of everybody's thing. So you actually wouldn't even need to collect anything. You just use the password.
Yeah, that's why we have Aloysius here, who is going to help us with the distribution strategies.
Hey, Aloysius, when you do that, like with a secret password, is that like only live for a certain period of time, or like it's because you're sharing the link on the call and then giving the secret password that like only those people can get it, or?
I believe it's live for a period of time. I know that it like you have to make sure you like make it come alive before you actually want to give it out. So like a lot of people I see them do like the day before just to make sure, and then they like make sure nobody has that password. But I don't think that it stays active for too long after, and it's kind of it might be a deterrent in the fact that if somebody like does the class later and doesn't watch it like within like the window of that POAP, I think that's something that we can get clarity from I can get clarity from the folks at POAP around that time window thing. But because I know we did do last season, we did have some folks that couldn't make the class and would watch the recording and then also got like POAPs afterwards. So that's a thing too.
I couldn't get 2 POAPs that I was in session, and then when I was gonna get it, somebody already got in front of me. So there
That
were 2
happened with
POAPs
the
that
last sessions.
I didn't get.
With the
So
last sessions.
maybe, Aloysius, can we do like a testing next week? So we can do like the Graviton coordination POAP, maybe, to do a testing with the password?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
To see how it's gonna work.
Hey, Juan.
Yeah.
Changing topics a little bit. Do you want any support in looking at the manual that you're developing? I know you've got like design support from I forget the name of the person that's helping you with that part, but like languaging, ordering, any of that jazz?
Yeah. What we will be doing is that he will be sending the some visuals, and then we will be working on the text. So once we have like this editable, I will share it with you, and also I don't know if we can make comments on the PDF that is there, but we can we can make like a script and try to add some things. Also you can send me whatever ideas you have, and I will try to use them and to integrate them.
And is that something that needs to be prepped before the launch of like the first class date?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's something what I don't know, and it's something that I wrote to Acid Laser to see if we can do, is if there is like a Google Docs app for design where we can like all be working at the same time. I don't know if there's something like that. So I asked him, because if we have something like that, we can just share it and like everyone can collaborate. But or what I have been working on is like Illustrator, an old version, and it's not online.
I see. Okay. Well, as the pathway towards collaboration on that document comes clear, like I'll definitely be happy to support. I had a lingering question from a conversation that I had with Bianca last week around like the platform that we'll be using for the training, so that there could be the greatest likelihood of being able to see each other. Do you all need access to a Zoom account to be able to have everybody on video simultaneously?
I think there is a Zoom account we could use. Yes. I have been using Discord just because, without any particular reason. But yeah, we are. This is something that we are very open, and if Zoom would be better for us.
What's the max number of videos that can be on Discord? Is it still 25?
25.
Yeah, because we had like 50 plus people registered last time. Yeah.
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 But I know not everybody wants to be in video. Like, are we gonna demand them to be on video?
I don't think that needs to be required, but like to have the window of opportunity for it to be possible, I think is what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
Okay, I think there's a token engineering Discord Zoom account that we could use. But yeah, maybe we can check on this next week. I will talk to Angela, and also I will meet with her on Amsterdam to see if we can use that Zoom account.
For some reason, it gets complicated. I have a teacher's platform that hosts up to 150 folks for Zoom.
Can you guys hear the chicken in the background?
It's me. Sorry, it's outside.
No, it's me. I'm sorry about the chickens. It's my neighbor.
Juan, if I can just revisit POAPs just very briefly, I think the reason for POAPs is generally to confirm that people have attended meetings. And last time, I can't remember what happened, but I think eventually people went back and looked at the recording instead to look at who attending the meetings. And then Gravitons were awarded a status if they attended 6 out of the 10. Is that still the intention of POAPs?
Well, the intention of POAPs is to have some kind of certification and some kind of registry of like, okay, these people are the Gravitons, and to have like a boundary, to have like, to say like, okay, you cannot be a Graviton if you haven't done this. And also it's something to keep track when we are thinking of launching our token, that the people who have POAPs also can receive some distribution of our tokens.
Okay, just one thing. I didn't actually claim any POAPs last time because it got complicated. And so I kind of thought, I'll wait until it sorts itself out. But I kind of ended up saying, okay. So can I retrospectively still claim POAPs?
They have a time window, and I think you cannot claim the old ones, but Bianca sent one that is an animated one, and that one is like counts for the second Graviton training. If you have that one, it counts for the second Graviton training. The one that is animated. And yeah, we are. This is not like a only computer thing that we are going to do with the token distribution. We also have we'll do like a list of contributors, and we'll also like reward them. Not only like the only measurement of the distribution is not the POAPs. I know there's people that don't have POAPs that have participated a lot in Gravity, and yeah, so we will make like a list of people, and maybe, yeah, if you say, hey, I don't have a POAP, but we know that you have been present for a long time, we can also like put you in the list of the people who has that POAP even if you don't have it, like with the same weight of the tokens distributed.
Oh, that's great, Juan. Thank you.
Well, we are 10 minutes on the top of the hour, but I think it was a great hour, very packed. And yeah, I think that what we need to do is to keep working on this study plan. This is like my duty and our duty for this week. And also, there are some things that are in the ink, like Zoom or video or Discord. And next week we ask again if we feel good to start the 3rd of May or the 10th of May.
So are everybody that's going to go to the Amsterdam event going to be able to come to the call? Because maybe we can just put to the 10th so we have like a bigger window for folks that are going to go. And I know it's a lot.
Well, for me, this call is a priority, so I would make it wherever I am. And I feel that this is something that we are working on, and I will be also working a lot async. So I think we can have a call next week.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, we'll try to work in the plane, and once I get there, if I have some time, at least to have something to present.
All right. Sounds good. And then, Juan, do you want to, like that study plan, to have kind of the same view as the second Graviton training?
The same view?
Yeah, like when it said, where is it? It has like the time. It says like 10 sessions, 1 session per week. The methodology. Do you want those things to be writing down on that doc?
Yeah. That's something that we can do, to have like the pre-learning. That's why we are giving the people the information in advance. And there are some things that will change. I think no, in the first one we had like it was a little bit different, and we had like the people had to answer some questions, but right now it's just like for better just to have like the password of the POAP. But yeah, like having the same framework.
Okay. I'll try to work on that today.
Thank you, Bianca.
Yeah.
Juan, just go back to Zoom.
Yeah.
I'm kind of aware that there's a lot of Web 2 people out there who don't really know what's going on in Web 3. So having it on Zoom would kind of be an opportunity to have a wider perspective come in. And so I don't know, Morgan's waving, which is good. But you know, that's an opportunity. I don't know what that would mean, but it's maybe something to think about.
No, I don't have really any preference. I feel it's just what we agree, and I also like the thing of being able to have a lot of videos on the call, and it would be only to be defined like which Zoom account will be. I think we also have a Zoom account for the Ethereum Colombia community. So now we have like 3 accounts that we could use. And we just have to define which one. And I think that the Token Engineering Academy also uses Zoom calls. So it's not that it's one thing or another. They both are perfect.
Zoom offers a lot of teaching features. Zoom offers a lot of teaching features that Discord doesn't. So like breakout rooms, polls, like remote whiteboard. You're going to get a lot more capacity to support your facilitators on Zoom, so that they have opportunity to be able to use all of their different layers of teaching.
Okay.
From the back side of it.
You schedule all the calls too, right? So there's just like a link that gets shared with everybody, and it's the same link every week, and it's or something, or it's got the schedule or something.
Mm-hmm. This is exciting, y'all. I know that because of time changes and my own life being in many, many places at once that I have not been able to make it, but it feels really good to sync back up with you all. Uh-oh, we lost one.
He disagrees.
He's like, screw you, whatever.
Hey, hi.
We got some new people coming on in. What's up, y'all? ¿Qué pasó, Juan?
Hiya.
Hey, Forrest.
Hi, so sorry I was having a previous call that ran over time.
It's all good. Juan's having some internet difficulties, but we're kind of at the tail end of the coordination call. Wrapping up here.
TLDR, the Graviton training will be pushed back at least a week. We've got some work to do to put together some lessons plans. Juan's working on some super awesome, sexy, slick folder to make sure everybody's got some swag to take away and use out in their world, and something about POAPs. Anybody else?
I think that was it.
Relationally spread the word about it, especially as we get closer to figuring out the first start date. But if you got people in your life that you want to have pop in, please let them know. I'm triple confirming it's going to be on Tuesdays, yeah? At 11 a.m. PST still, the training?
Once on the chat, he's saying, I'm sorry, my internet's really bad today. He's typing something.
Tuesdays, correct. I see 8 p.m. Central European, which would be sometime Pacific.
It's 9 hours ahead, so yeah, it'd be 11. Cool.
Yes, everybody, I think that was it. I think we can finish here and work on it. And then we talk more or less next week and see where we are.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Big hugs.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey.
Bueno.
Oh, se está congelando.
Hello. Thanks for being here. I thought you were gone. Sorry for my internet. Yeah, I was writing from my phone that the last thing is that we're moving to Zoom. Do we feel good with this? We will have videos and we will have more teaching features. Okay, so we will move to Zoom. That's amazing. We took the decision and we made a change. That's also something important. So we will also make the sessions in Zoom. Perfect. That's it.
Hey, Juan, I wanted to plant a seed in some spaces. I was thinking about the gravity training and about what Web3 needs, like what our culture needs, like from us to produce. And I often think that I think what's really pressing is for us to be basically documenting like the good that comes of what we're doing, to counter the Ponzi scheme narrative that's going to come from the government to bully us out of being able to make change. And I think a really good thing is maybe to be a little bit forward thinking and offer some sort of rewards or incentives to people writing something. So like if somebody finishes a POAP class or one of these classes and it's like, whoa, that was great, and they write something or they move something or they journal, like people could write like an article or a reflection or something to offer like content that could be like published on Medium or something for the community, like to help storytell from different angles. I've just been thinking about that and how that might be something that we might want to like say or offer or spread around the comments to try to get like, because anybody can write, anybody can give like a testimony or something of something, and I feel like we need to be a little more proactive about how we're collecting those things and telling our stories, because it is hard to write, and sometimes when we like do stuff, like a lot can move and then we might not do anything with it when we could. So yeah, that's just been on my mind.
Thank you. That's perfect. I feel Bent wanted to write something. I also think Innovator wanted to write something. Aloysius and Bianca and Anna. So all of you feel free, and we also have a bounty for that. So if you make that, please say, hey, I made this article, and you will receive a bounty from our budget, because we also want to reward the people who is contributing. Okay.
Working out loud is a really interesting frame to pick up on that, Aloysius. I'll put a link in the Gravity chat for a YouTube, a TED talk on this dude as he talks about working out loud. But it might satisfy that scratch that itch of documenting in a very visible way the sort of journey that we're on together.
Thank you.
Anyways.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, we'll use that liberating structures, working out loud. Well, I don't want to take any more of your time. I feel this has been a very productive call. I really admire you and respect you so much. Okay, I have the last idea to wrap this call, and let's play cards. Let's make the card game. Have you done it, Morgan? No, this is your first time doing this card game. Okay, so you'll pick this one up today. Feel free to choose one. Which one?
Yo?
Yeah.
A ver.
Say one.
The one that's touching your ring finger.
Ring finger, this one.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This one. I remember who I am.
Recuerdo
It
quién
says
soy.
Recuerdo quién soy. And it's a drop of water in the ocean.
For this double water sign, that's a lot. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. This is a gift that I had from my girlfriend, and I am using it for some calls, and it's really fun because it's always like a different card, and they are all beautiful. I remember who I am, so let's remember all who we are today, and we are just a drop in the ocean.
And many drops make a current.
And we are an entire ocean in a drop. Also.
Oh.
Well, yeah, so with that, I wrap this call. I really appreciate all of you for your presence, for your time, for your contribution, and hope to see you soon.
Kisses.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.